Hey, my name is Shatara Webb. Today I'm in the studio with Brad Zimmerman and we're working on poses.
Hey guys, Brad here. Of all of the photography videos that I've posted to the internet so far, this may be the best one yet. Let me see if I can set this up real quick. I've had this A6000 now for a while, and I'm starting to get comfortable with the camera, its settings, and its features. I'd like to start doing some photo shoots. My problem is, I don't know squat about posing. So I went online and I downloaded some posing guides off the internet. When I printed them, I looked at them and I thought, oh no. No one has dressed or posed like that since 1970. I threw them in the drawer and forgot about them. I've been hanging around a lot of professional photographers lately. One thing I've noticed is a lot of their shoots start with a collaboration with either the model, an artistic director, or an advertising director. They'll get sketches or drawings or even concept photographs. I started wondering if they ever got to a shoot, looked at the shots and thought, oh gosh, I hate every one of these. Or if the model ever showed up and said, have you ever seen more ridiculous clothes in your life? What would I do in that situation? Would I just pack my gear and leave? Or could I grind out a shoot? That question led me to this project. I went home and I dug these posing guides out of the drawer. Then I posted a casting call to modelmayhem.com. When Shatara arrived, we sat down with the posing guides and we selected a number of poses that we both wanted to shoot. Then we selected a couple of poses that we both agreed were not something we'd ordinarily want to shoot. Okay guys, we started our shoot with some really simple poses and window light. This gave me an opportunity to get 5 or 6 really good shots that I could show Shatara on the back of the camera. This helps both the model and me to kind of calm down and relax. And it gives the model some sense of confidence that this creepy looking old guy with this teeny tiny camera can actually take some decent pictures. For our first shot, we selected this pose. Since Shatara has her hair pulled up in a bun, I didn't tilt her head as far forward as the model in the example. Next, I moved my model about 2/3 of the way back into the room against the gray wall. I put her right in the middle of the windows, and I sat on a stool with my back leaned up against the windows. Here's the concept shot we chose for this setup. I've always struggled posing hands, but I really like the way this shot turned out. If you zoom into this photograph and look closely at the catch lights in her eyes, you'll see the 3 windows, me sitting on the stool, and then you'll also see the reflection of the window light on the carpet in the floor. Here's our next concept shot. I shot this one as a mirror image, and then I cropped it horizontally. Next, I had Shatara stand up and lean against the gray wall at the back of the room. Here's our result. I had a 135mm lens on a crop sensor camera, and I didn't really like the shot, so we went outside and tried it again. I was pleased with this result. For this next group of shots, I wanted a high-key studio setup. You can do high-key shots with window light, but it tends to have low contrast. When I converted this bedroom to a studio, I was on a tight budget, so I left the carpet on the floor. To keep the model from punching through my paper background, I lay out a 4x8 foot sheet of plywood on the carpet and then roll the background out on top of that. About halfway between the subject and the background, I put a translucent shoot-through umbrella on either side. I'll use my little white reflectors along both walls, and I'll use a 2-foot softbox in the front to illuminate the subject and to add catch lights to the eyes. Here's our next concept shot. And here's the photograph that we produced. Next, we tried this shot. I wasn't terribly pleased with my result. Here's our next concept to try. Since Shatara has short hair, I turned her face more towards the camera. Alright guys, at this point in the shoot, I'd taken over 200 clicks. I was starting to get a little mentally tired, and I needed to take a break, but I also needed to keep shooting. So I took a little break from the posing guides, and I set up this glamour lighting. I put this little 2-foot softbox right above the model's head, and I feathered it forward. Then I used my DIY reflector here. I just put it on her knees and leaned it up against the light stand. I just shot to the right or the left to where the light stand would not be in the shot. This lighting setup yields beautiful results. Here's another shot that I processed as more of a fine art print. Here's our next two concept shots. As you can see, they're very similar. And here's our results. You might notice a little fatigue in the model's eyes. Guys, remember, feed your models. Full-length shots like this can be difficult in a small space like what I have. Next time I'll make sure her hips are a little more square to the camera. We closed out this set of poses with this shot. We had to move back outdoors so that I could use the Rokinon 135mm f2 lens. Now we started working on the poses that we didn't like so much. I need to continue working on my hand placement, but I think the model pulled off the shot. I actually like this pose, and I think Shatara did a good job with it. I hated this pose, but Shatara said she wanted to give it a try, and she rocked it. Here's our next pose. I wasn't fond of it, but I didn't dislike it either. Once I took the picture and saw how relaxed Shatara's hands were, I had to zoom in and take another shot. This is a processing preset called Vintage Saturation. Finally, for the shots we did with the black background, I set up one strobe directly behind my subject, firing up against the black background. I had another strobe on a stand on the left side as close to the background as I could get it. That strobe was illuminating the background, and it was also providing rim lighting for the subject. A third strobe was in my 2x2 foot softbox located in front of the subject. Here's our next concept shot. Notice the back of our chair is taller, so we had to reposition Shatara's hand. I saw another great opportunity to zoom in and grab an unplanned shot. Here's our final concept shot. Shatara's relaxed hands and great posture made this shot. Guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it. I plan to repeat this project at least a couple of more times, and hopefully it'll encourage you to work on your posing as well. Please leave a comment in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Until next time, thanks a lot.